Hello again, everybody. Normally I open with back into the chest we go, but well, that's for the sonic screwdrivers, and this obviously isn't. Back in the summer of 2019, I met a man mountain named Jacob Page. Jacob was a foremost member and ambassador for the Saber Legion, and he was amazing in many ways. He was a human mountain in white armor that could move like lightning with his lightsabers, and he had a heart bigger than the Death Star. Absolutely amazing man, and sadly, he passed away some time ago. So I'd like to dedicate this video to Jacob, his memory, and the influence that he had on me and had on so many other people inside the Saber Legion and out. Through Jacob, I met his amazing wife, and I also made several new friends, including a gentleman by the names of Harris and Bill, and both of them and others have been in communication with me extensively over the years, and they've talked me into something new. Now, I've been collecting for decades, and I've collected replicas, customs. I've had a hand in design, I've had a hand in research and everything. Several of my lightsabers, sonic screwdrivers, and other props are, either partially designed by me or researched partially by me, etc., and so on. But for me, this is a new foray, and this is something that Bill and Harris talked me into recently, and that's building my own lightsaber. There are companies out there that make replicas. There are companies out there that make very high-end, exceptional customs. There are companies out there that make affordable and economical, unique designs and replicas and so forth. But there's also several companies out there where you pick your parts and you design your own. Now, here's an example of Vire Sabers. I decided to give them a go. Now, this is one of the switch sections you can order from Vire. And as you can see, the machining on it is smooth. The finish on it is perfect. These arrived with zero machine dust, zero, and I didn't have to clean the threads or anything. And a lot of these companies you have to do cleaning on before you can use them. Otherwise, you put them together once and they don't come apart, which could be a good thing unless you're going to do mix and match. But anyways, so Vire's entire design is that you choose piece by piece and build a saber, or you can just buy individual parts, or you can buy complete sabers, etc. And so far, just based on the quality of the individual parts, I am beyond impressed. I mean, I try and be as absolutely honest with you guys as possible, and the customer service interaction I've had with Vire, the quality of their parts, good solid pieces, and everything. Now, mind you, they spoiled me right on the off by accident, where the initial order for several of the parts that you see here came in 48 hours. Now, that's abnormal. That was just a quirk of UPS, but that got me even more excited. So the way Vire works is that you design your own emitter, switch section, handle. I added a sleeve because I happen to like the way this looks, and pommel, and then optional items such as the aforementioned sleeve and switch plate, which has a spring-loaded piece inside, so that way the activator button that's hidden underneath it, like you can see here, the activator button would normally be here, is still functionally accessible. Now, my design here, and this is all me choosing the parts and putting them together in the order I want, is a little abnormal for most sabers these days, because I put the switch section in the back, similar to what you would find on Luke's Return of the Jedi saber and a few other examples from the extended universe. Now, the reason being is that I do extensively partake of sword fighting practice through HEMA, and I used to perform live for fight choreography, and I used to teach fight choreography with live steel and so forth. You've seen in my other videos the swords I own, etc. So I have certain preferences that have evolved over the decades for sword fighting. And one of the things that drives me insane is that when I'm fighting single hand or when I'm fighting a two-handed grip, having the control mechanism for the lightsaber in the way, accidentally switching it off, etc., and so on. So what I've done here is I've moved it to the back. So when I do a traditional katana style grip, what this does is the switch box helps guide my hand. So let me go because the usual traditional grip has the left-hand rear, so let me switch to that. And what that does is, you notice how the angle of the box fits exactly between where fingers and palm end, and the box is in solid. So what that does is it allows me to have the saber properly aligned. So when I do the guts build, because right now this is empty, there's nothing in there. When I do the build on this, which I'm going to be doing with Bill and Harris and others, as well as under my own power, I have every intention in the world of making sure that it accommodates the fact that the switch is back here and not up here where it is on most modern builds. However, that said, and I'll be doing another video once I've done that build, this hilt from Vire, I'm in love with this thing. This is going to be a lot of fun. And even if I just use it as a base fighting build with no electronics, it'll take a fighting blade in the front easy. I have a knurled thumb knob, but also a pair of lug nuts to make sure that the blade will be secured, whether I do electronics or whether I do just a fighting blade, which I do plan on doing electronics, and when I do, there'll be another video. But Vire Sabers, I gotta say, so far, between customer service, communication, and especially product quality and shipping time, because I've ordered from them a few times now, just to make this as I keep evolving my design, I'm very impressed. I am very, very impressed. Vire's really gotten my attention, and I want to credit this back to having met Jacob, and through Jacob meeting Harris and Bill, and just getting into another aspect of fandom, which is partaking of one of the many companies that you can do design your own work and express my creativity, and also get a chance to actually get in there with tools and put together and build and design. And just like with a lot of my custom sonic screwdrivers, get in there and do my own and just enjoy the creativity and then being able to use what I've created. So keep an eye out eventually, probably a few years knowing the rate I do things, where I'll have another video with this that'll actually hopefully light up, have sound, and be combat worthy. But until then, enjoy, and I'll see you all again in the next video.